Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Prime News. Before we get into it, I want to remind you to enter our Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate giveaway. There's a Gleam.io link down in the description to enter that. That being said, let's get into our first story, and this deals with Virtuos, who is the developer that has been porting specific games to Switch, Starlink Battle for Atlas and Dark Souls Remastered being the two notable ones. And today they have offered up some advice to other developers who are looking to port games to Switch. Here's what they had to say. Our best advice: don't try to force what worked on other platforms on the Switch. You might need to change your approach to get the most out of the hardware. Common areas to focus should be data compression, forward versus deferred rendering, vertex processing, and a scalable threading model. Teams should also start considering lot check requirements from the beginning, especially for features that involve multiplayer or something non-standard, in order to avoid surprises during the final phase of bug fixing. Nintendo has a pretty sophisticated online system for creating lot check related documentation, test cases, and even automated testing, so take advantage of it. Start preparing for these things early. Upload a build for automatic tests as soon as possible, and deal with any issues even before your final crunch. Don't forget about Amiibo. If you are considering Amiibo, make the decision early so that you have as much time as possible to design and test full support, including extreme cases and failure scenarios. So in general, I think that's some pretty solid advice for fellow Switch developers out there, whether you are indie or in the AAA space. So yeah, hopefully a lot of you guys that are maybe in that field take this advice to heart. Our next story actually comes as a massive surprise if this turns out to be a real product. Now, there's a prior story we talked about in the past about how Media Market, this online retailer for Germany, listed up the Assassin's Creed collection for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. And we don't know if their listing is correct or not. But what we do know is another listing has cropped up, this time related to Switch, but this time it's with an IP Nintendo owns the rights to. The Last Story 2 is now listed by Media Market in Germany, and even more so than the Assassin's Creed collection, it has a logo to associate with it. Now, this is an IP owned by Nintendo Switch. The Last Story originally released on Nintendo Wii. It was made by Mistwalker, and Nintendo published it, and then Xseed also are the ones that kind of brought it over here to the West eventually. It is one of the forgotten trilogy of JRPGs that came over to Wii at the end of the Wii's life cycle in the West, Xenoblade being the one that ended up becoming an ongoing IP. But I think with the success of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles X and the OG Xenoblade, they might be looking at it as being an ideal opportunity to add another JRPG into Nintendo's portfolio, and why not use one that you already own and have already pre-established not too long ago. So again, we don't know if this is going to be something we see at the Game Awards. We don't know if this will be announced at a future Nintendo Direct. We don't even know if it's real, but there's a logo and it looks pretty cool, and I certainly would be all for another The Last Story. Now, adding a little bit of weight to this as well, Nintendo did recently re-up the trademark for The Last Story. So sure, if they're re-upping that trademark, maybe they're considering a port before The Last Story 2, or maybe they just wanted to re-update the trademark for the whole series on the whole before they announced The Last Story 2. Whatever the case might be, I'm genuinely excited to see if this ends up becoming a reality. This next story is a little strange. Amazon Spain has broken street date on Super Smash Bros., and a whole bunch of people that ordered in Spain are receiving the game today. Now, what makes it understandable why Amazon sent out the game so early is because from the 6th through the 9th in Spain, there is a national holiday, and people at Amazon don't work during those holidays. So this would mean if you were waiting for Smash Bros., you might not actually get it until next week. So there is a chance Amazon actually had permission from Nintendo to release the game early in Spain. Of course, they could have just did whatever they want because they're Amazon, and Amazon and Nintendo butt heads all the time. So we don't really know the situation on that front, if they were allowed to or not. I do think it's not a big deal because the game's already been leaked out of Mexico, and now people are playing pirated copies. So It's not like, oh my gosh, now we're going to get all these spoilers. We already have all the spoilers, so this isn't, to me, a huge deal. But it's interesting to see how Amazon's working on a holiday period to, well, get the game to people in time for release or before release as it is today. Remember, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate does release this Friday, midnight for those people who have it on digital. Pokemon Go has officially added trainer battles to the game. Here is their big update and explanation for the new edition. Trainers. From encountering and catching your first Pokemon to assembling a powerful team to take on a legendary Pokemon in raid battles, you have certainly built incredible skills as a trainer over the last 2 years. Are you ready for the next big challenge? Show off your skills against others with trainer battles, coming soon to Pokemon Go. Beginning this month, trainer battles will allow you to challenge a friend or another trainer at any time. Challenge another trainer using a battle code. Assemble a team of 3 Pokemon and see who comes out on top. When trainer battles are completed, both participants will receive great rewards, including a chance at rare evolution items. In order to ensure an even playing field, trainers must compete in the same trainer battle league, which determines the CP limit for the participating Pokemon. Strength alone will not ensure victory. Whether you're battling with a Caterpie or a Mewtwo, the cleverer and more strategic trainer will have an advantage. Battles are fast-paced and real-time, so don't expect to wait your turn. Your selected team of Pokemon will be able to execute both their fast attack and charged attack moves. In preparation for battle, you'll even be able to use Stardust and Candy to unlock a bonus charge attack for your Pokemon. Timing is important. If you use your head and keep an eye on your opponent's moves, you may be able to deploy a Protect Shield to save your Pokemon from critical damage. But you only have a limited number of these shields before your Pokemon will be left defenseless. While trainers will usually have to be nearby in order to initiate a trainer battle, Ultra Friends and Best Friends can challenge each other from any distance. So near or far, you can battle with your closest friends. Looking to learn the ropes or sharpen your budding battle skills? Team leaders Spark, Candela, and Blanche are eager to test your bravery. You can earn rewards once per day when training with a team leader, including Stardust to help power up your Pokemon. Work towards earning an Ace Trainer medal. It's up to you to get your Pokemon into shape. The only way you'll become a trainer, battle master, is to get out there and go. I honestly think this is a very exciting update for Pokemon Go coming later this month because it has been one of the major missing features. And the fact that it's like a more live action battle sequence actually excites me because Pokemon's traditionally been this turn-based thing. It even is that way in Let's Go. So I am very curious to see how this works and how well it functions in Pokemon Go. Could it be something they bring over to the mainline games? I don't think so. I think turn-based is sticking around for a while. But I do think it's an interesting, fresh concept. I'm excited to see what happens with it. And yeah, I think for the first time in months, I'm picking up Pokemon Go again and assembling a team because you guys know I have to kick Eric's butt. And hey, maybe some of you too. So our last story is something that we aren't sure if it's coming to Switch, but we're going to talk about it since the Crash Insane trilogy has released on Switch, and that is Crash Team Racing. Well, that game was, way back in the PlayStation days, is apparently coming back in some form. At least that is if Eurogamers to be believed, and then the zillions of media members that today randomly got Crash Bandicoot Racing references, like items. Some people got orange dice with notes about Crash that doesn't really say Crash Team Racing, but an old commercial for Crash references Crash Bandicoot asking for, hey, do you have these dice, the kind of dice you hang off your mirrors in your car, in orange. And so they've sent out orange dice. They've also sent out cookies and some other things. But Eurogamer themselves has a logo, and they basically are saying, look, Crash Team Racing is happening, and it will be announced at the Game Awards. So yeah, I guess it's one of the not well-kept secrets because Activision didn't really care to keep it well-kept. But yeah, Crash Team Racing, I don't know if it's a remaster or whatever it is going to be announced at the Game Awards. And yeah, obviously because Crash, Bandicoot came to Switch, it's possible it comes to Switch as well. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that. I think we're all going to be glued to the Game Awards anyways because Nintendo usually has something to unveil or show off. So again, lots of stuff to be excited about for later this week between the Game Awards and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate coming out. I can't wait. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for Crash Team Racing, whether it's on Switch or not. Anyways, folks, I am Nathaniel Rufflejans from Nintendo Prime, and if you like that video, you know what to do. Smash that like button. If you dislike the video, I guess, well, that sucks. Subscribe for more content. Hit that bell icon in order to get notifications. And you know what? I want to thank you for checking out Prime News.